Dodgers rock the Rockies. They blow out Colorado. Alex Call does something extra special. He almost did something that hadn't been done in a long time. Emmet Sheehan gives the Dodgers a solid start. And before the game, Dave Roberts cleared the air and revealed what the private meeting between him, Mookie Betts, and Andrew Freeman was about before the game. And then also, he hinted at a possible move they could make. And I think I owe you guys something. That's coming up next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
Oh, Mookie Betts with his 15th Mookie
magic! This Dodgers team is built to win back-to-back World Series.
One-of-a-kind player! One-of-a-kind season! Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone!
There's nothing that brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. I cover the Dodgers for Dodgers Nation, a credentialed member of the media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you are new to Dodgers Nation, hit the subscribe button. Over 135,000 Dodgers fans, making this the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel and Dodgers post-game show on YouTube. Also, hit the notification bell so you never miss a stream. And if you want to support the show every single day, hit that like button and drop a comment down below. Thanks for rocking with us. After the Dodgers get the dub, they get back into the win column. They blow out the Colorado Rockies. They rock the Rockies. They beat them by a final score of 11-4. They improved to 72-54 on the season. They needed that win tonight because the Padres, they are beating San Francisco. If that holds, the Dodgers will maintain a 2-game lead in the National League West. The Dodgers out-hit Colorado tonight 18-8. It was the first double-digit run-scoring game since against the Cardinals in early August. The Dodgers starting lineup was getting hit after hit after hit in this one. Miguel Rojas, Alex Call had a 4-hit game. First of many, hopefully, for the Dodgers. Almost hit for the cycle. Was a triple away from hitting for the cycle. We'll talk about that. Pages, Teo, Freddie, Will, Betts, Otani, all joining the hit parade. It was a Oprah hit night. You get a hit. No, you get a hit. No, you get a hit. Every single Dodger in the starting lineup was able to get a base hit. Only Dodger that took an at-bat today that did not register a hit was Alex Freeland, who came in and pitch hit for Buddy Kennedy. Even Buddy Kennedy got his first hit and first RBI as a Dodger. It was a get-right game for the offense. And on the pitching side, it was a very solid performance from Emmet Sheehan. Went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs on 6 hits. In Colorado, considering the altitude, considering where he's at, I think that's a quality start. He gave up 2 home runs. And yes, a quality start typically is 3 runs in 6 innings, but with Coors Field, you'll take it, especially when you score 11 runs. But welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show. We'll take some chat from you guys. We'll take some comments before we get into it. Got some sound. We'll hear from Dave Roberts, Freddie Freeman, Emmet Sheehan. We've got Delirium says howdy. We got Christopher says Alex Call. We got RV. Sags, we got all problems fixed. Absolutely. Not just the stream, but also for the team tonight, getting back in the dub column. We've got to Evan. Oh, there we go. Evan from last night. Good to see you back, my man. All the comments of the show lost in the last chat. No, more comments of the show. Claudia's in the chat. New foe. Did DMAC replace the Shoey with popsicles? This is exactly why we can't have nice things, DMAC. We reset our offense. That's from AU Potter. We got Abel saying call greater than sign Conforto. Yeah, we've got Jeremy Buckley, a curtain call. I love that. I love that. It's a curtain call. And if he was at Dodger Stadium, he might have got one had he got that cycle that hasn't been done since Cody Bellinger did it against the Marlins back in 2017. But all right, guys, so I know that I've been slacking. I know that I did not give you that shoey after I promised you one after the Dodgers swept the Padres. It didn't feel right to do it after a loss yesterday, but a Lannister always pays his debts. And you guys know I'm always a man of my word when it comes to Shohei, so let's get down. Nothing too crazy. Just a little Modelo Shohei here. Celebrate a win. Celebrate that sweep. And the Dodgers getting right tonight. So let's rock a little Shohei for you guys. Here you go. Got the Modelo in the shoe. All right, this one is not as good as the ones. Here we go. Not a good pour. Here we go. Let's empty it out. There we go. Get some good foam. Get some good Modelo. Got the Jordan 6s. I don't know if it was my best Shohei, but a Shohei nonetheless. So let's get right into it. Let's talk some Dodger baseball, okay, guys? Because, look, that sweep was huge. Tonight's win was huge. And there's a Dodgers team that needed a win like this after last night, where Teoscar Hernandez was unable to make that catch on a ball by Tovar, 99% catch probability. And there was a lot of talk in the last 24 hours about Teoscar Hernandez and if they needed to move him out of right field. And that really was the discourse that dominated the Dodgers universe, kind of led by me in the Dodgers universe today. And it's certainly a fair question. And before the game, we're going to get to the game. We're going to continue to break that one down here in a second. But I think the most interesting thing that occurred today in Dodger baseball happened before the game today. And that was Dave Roberts' comments when he was asked about the Teoscar Hernandez outfield situation. And even before that, Dave did clarify that the meeting between him, Mookie Betts, and Andrew Freeman had nothing to do about Mookie moving back to right field. And all it was Mookie poking his head inside the manager's office, where Andrew Freeman was there and Dave Roberts was there, and all he did was talk about his swing. And Dave Roberts reiterated that he hasn't talked to Mookie about a possible move back to right field, and all the conversations that they've had recently have been about his swing. So all of that was much ado about nothing. That report from the LA Times that really was speculating that this was about Mookie moving to right field or a potential switch or any of the outfield defense, it had absolutely nothing to do about it. At least that is what Dave Roberts said. And you got to take his word for it. And today, Mookie was at short and Teoscar Hernandez was in right. Teo was able to impact this game in a positive way with his bat. But here, give a listen. Here was Dave Roberts before the game talking about the conversation that he had with Mookie Betts, and also just would he consider a move? Would he consider a move at that corner outfield spot? It's been the big talk in Dodgerland. Could they make an aggressive move and change things up? Well, listen very carefully to the words that Dave Roberts uses, because I think he leaves the door open for a possible move from Teoscar Hernandez back to left.
I'm still giving Michael Conforto some opportunities. Hasn't played much right field, if any. I don't know. Teo certainly played some left field last year, which is certainly a good thing. I think right now, having Tommy Edman out, Hae-Sung Kim out, Max Muncy out, just trying to manage Miggy's playing time and not expose Alex Freeland too much. I love the way Mookie's playing short, but I think, Bill, that's a fair question, but, I don't think that we're there quite yet.
Does Teo do less damage in left field than he would in right?
I just know that there's been times that he's played a formidable right field. I think he's going to get back to that. I really do. But as far as, left field versus right field, we're just not there yet. But it's a totally fair question.
Is Mookie's glove more valuable at short, or is it more valuable in right field?
There's got to be an alternative, right? And I think right now the way Mookie's playing at short, not bouncing him around, I think we feel very good about it. Also appreciating who we do have coming back. I know that things kind of pop at certain times of a season, but given everything that we've gone through, we're still finding ways to win a lot of ball games. And I think just in totality, we can all do a better job, all of us. And so I just refuse to try to pin it on one position, one person. I just don't believe that's just not what I do. But I do think that the idea of how can we get better, if there's ways to get better on the margins, I think that way to look at it is completely fair and it's very honest.
So there was Dave Roberts, and the most important word that I heard that I took away from that is when he was asked about Teoscar Hernandez and a potential move to left field, he said yet. He said yet. So we're not there yet. So clearly, if Teoscar Hernandez continues to struggle in right, and when Kike Hernandez, Tommy Edman, and guys get fully healthy, then I think they'll consider making a move. Then I think another factor, too, is just using this next couple of weeks as Kike and Edman continue to get healthy to evaluate what they have in Michael Conforto, because that's going to be another big domino in all of this. Because the truth of the matter is if Michael Conforto isn't starting in left field and giving you multiple at-bats per game where he's productive at the plate, he doesn't do much else. He's a below-average defender. He's not an above-average runner. They can use a pinch runner situation. He's not that valuable as a bench piece outside of the possibility of just having a left-handed bat go up against a righty. And this year, it's not like he's had a lot of success as a pinch hitter. So I think there's added pressure on Michael Conforto now to produce anytime he's in the game. And then you add the fact that tonight, the story of the game was Alex Call. Alex Call absolutely had the game of his Dodgers career. It was the Alex Call game so far for the Dodgers. And we've heard so much about the quality at bats that he can bring, where he likes to grind out at bats, where he can see tons of pitches and make pitchers work. And he's just a really tough, grinded out type of player. And for the most part, yeah, we've seen that a couple different times, but we haven't seen him produce consistently. And tonight was a great example of what he looks like when he's at his best. And sure, it's against the Colorado Rockies. There's no doubt about that. And it's at Coors Field in Mile High. But still, he goes 4 for 5, had 2 RBI, scored 3 runs, had 8 total bases. And he was a triple away from hitting for the cycle. So that would ultimately be the best way to announce yourself and win over this fan base. He did have an opportunity late in this one in the 8th inning. He goes up to the plate with no men on, and he strikes out swinging. But other than that, though, it was a great night offensively for Alex Call. It wasn't just the type of hits that he had, but it was also when he had those hits. I mean, it was a 3-0 game there in the 2nd inning. Alex Call steps up to the plate, and Alex Call hit one all the way to Jupiter. I mean, he absolutely destroyed it. Alex, this ball had a family.
For your Dodgers gear. Alex Call, fly ball, deep left field, his first home run as a Dodger. Well, Bulldog, you said they didn't have any home runs last night. Alex Call changes that here to lead off the 2nd inning.
I love how he was trying so hard to do his best, Freddie. It was kind of like robotic. He was going left and right. He still needs to work on that, Freddie. But how many of you had this on your bingo card? That Alex Call would have the longest home run for the Dodgers this season, a 453-foot blast. That is the longest home run for any Dodger this series and this season. And you were thinking, hey, that's Shohei Ohtani, that's Will Smith, that's another guy that gets that. But no, it was Alex Call, and he's not a guy that hits for a ton of power, but hey, he put a good swing on one, got some hard contact, and today I think was incredibly massive just for his confidence and what he could mean to this team. He entered today's game hitting 174 in his first 13 games with the Dodgers after they acquired him from the Washington Nationals. He also had very minimal extra base hits, had just one double and no RBI in that stretch. So tonight, I mean, he exploded. He got that home run, and later he doubled. He singled against Molina there in the 5th and 7th innings, and he had his second career 4-hit game. He did strike out against former Dodger Nick Henderson there in the 8th inning, but hey, you're just a triple shy of the cycle, and today he totally flipped the script on his numbers with the Dodgers. He entered today with a 174 average since being traded here, and that 174 has jumped up to 286 with 28 at-bats. If you go deeper than that, since joining the Dodgers, he had a 55 weighted runs created plus. That jumped all the way up to 137. So that is very impressive to do that all in one game. And sure, you take it with a grain of salt, but still, I mean, I like the way he goes about his business. The fact that he goes out there, he's going to make guys work, and he plays above average defense. I think right now, if you're the Dodgers, if Michael Conforto does struggle, I think you have to consider Alex Call even against right-handed pitchers. And throughout his career, Alex Call is a guy that has been a type of hitter that's not going to rely on slug, right? That's not his game. But if you look at his career splits, he is a 228 hitter against righties, 261 against lefties, 683 OPS against righties, 745 against lefties. So it's not a crazy drop-off, and it's not outside the realm of possibility to think that he could get some opportunities against right-handed pitchers if Michael Conforto struggles. So that's my player of the game. Alex Call absolutely balled out. First RBI, first home run, 4-hit game, almost hit for the cycle. The Dodgers need another cycle, man. No cycle since 2017. No hitter since 2018. What's going on here? But let me know down below in the comments section. What are your thoughts on Alex Call and how he performed in this one? Someone says, I'm calling in sick. I like that. We got BC Chavez. Alex Call just needed to hear Doc considering moving off of Conforto, and he capitalized. Call ball from Jeremy Buckley. Yeah, I mean, it's a good point that, to be honest, like, this is competition all around this roster. And certainly Alex Call is a guy that he hits, he'll get some more opportunities. And it was just great to see him have that success. And here was him after the game.
Yourself quite a day at the plate, 4 hits, the second time in your career, but it started with a home run, the first one with the Dodgers. Just can you tell me, how good were you feeling at the plate today?
Yeah, pretty amazing. Praise God. Just, been working and trying to get, just calibrated here. A lot of new things going on, but just trusting that, I know I'm a great player and I'm here for a reason, and I'm going to help this team win. After that home run, it kind of seemed like you just had a feeling of relief. Was that what you were feeling there, and just kind of having that moment of finally contributing to this new team? Yeah, I mean, it obviously feels great to contribute and help out. And I mean, that might be the hardest ball I've ever hit, or the furthest ball I've ever hit. So it's tough to not feel amazing after that. But yeah, really, honestly, the things that I've been working on in the cage with the coaches, credit to them for just giving me a couple tips to just kind of, help me, put me in a good spot and really drive the ball, which, obviously I did tonight. So just grateful for their help as well. I happen to know that over the weekend, for Players Weekend, you got a shiny new red bat. In it, you were raving about this bat. Did it have anything to do with the result today? We can give the red bat some credit. It felt really good in my hands. I wasn't sure if it was going to be legal or not, so I chickened out and just went with Old Faithful and delivered tonight. Old Faithful delivered. When you look at just the offensive performance, what's it like when you're now a part of a team when you guys have 18 hits, 11 runs? Yeah, it was awesome. Guys weren't really trying to do too much. It was just pass the baton, take your knocks, and just keep the train rolling. And that was awesome. It's really been fun to be a part and watch these guys do their work, watch how they go about their business, and just a ton of respect for all of them. And it's great to be a part of it. Before I let you go, you were a triple shy of the cycle. How much was that top of mind, those final 2 at-bats? I was just trying to get on base and, whatever, but it's tough when everybody else is yelling, if you hit the ball, you better not stop running. So, there was obviously in your head, and it's a special special thing to be even in that situation. And so didn't do it tonight, but maybe in the future.
Congratulations, regardless, on an incredible performance and the team win tonight, Alex.
Yeah, thank you.
There we go, Alex Call. I love this comment. Better Call. Yes, one of the best shows. Better Call Saul. Just an incredible classic. I love that, though. My favorite quote. Me personally, I was hired to do a job. I did it. That's as far as it goes. But keep dropping comments down below. Feels like there's got a lot of love for Alex Call. Delirium says Coors Field is where you go to recalibrate your offense. If you can't do it there, you are in trouble. Yeah, I think that definitely gives the Dodgers a nice advantage going into this weekend series coming up against the Padres. Get those bats right. Get that confidence up. A grain of salt is better than Conforto from Bilal K. We've got Nando saying a blind squirrel finds a nut. Okay, we got Evan G8823 waking up from his mom's basement here. Let me know, guys. Do you guys want me to have a block party tonight? I mean, it's up to you guys. Should we block Evan G? He's not contributing anything. He's boring. He's saying parroted takes that other people say. I mean, be original. Oh my God, the Dodgers choking the postseason. Where have I seen that one? Come up with something original instead of parroting other idiots' takes. I mean, come on now. I mean, I expect less from you. Better call from OG Martinez. We've got, is Conforto out? He better be in the lineup tomorrow from Mr. G. Paul Gutierrez. If Call keep hitting like that, then keep him in the lineup. Claudia says, I was wrong about Alex Call. He has some tricks up his sleeves. I like it. Yeah, other thing, too, I wanted to mention today on the show is everyone wanted Steven Kwan, right? And then now everyone wants Teoscar Hernandez to move from right to left. So does Steven Kwan just immediately adjust to right field? I mean, kind of makes you wonder, right? We've got some more. Let me know. You guys are my co-host on this show. We've got your call, too. Great player, WTF. We've got gotta love the block button. Call did good. Will Smith's a beast. D-Mac, Alex Call, and Buddy Kennedy are doing their part. Call the while. I like this. We'll get in on this. We've got Eric Jackson says, Douglas, can't get too hyped over Call's night. It was a Coors Field stat line. Need more consistent at-bats from him before getting too excited over him. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is not someone that you're trying to sign to an extension or bat leadoff or do anything other than say, hey, if we play you, you take advantage of the opportunities. But I still think, though, look, let's not forget that he was an above-average bat when he was traded here, and he wasn't putting up anywhere near the numbers that he was putting up in Washington since he had arrived. He is a better hitter than he's shown so far, so getting something in between what he's done tonight and what he's done so far as a Dodger, and I think he can help this team in a lot of different ways. And we've seen how good defense can help and how important it is late in games he does that. Okay, so more. We've got Bilal cases. Let him cry. I like that. Yeah, let's let him cry. I'll cook him later if you guys want. Just want to get you guys locked in on this one. And then I think it's pretty hilarious that he has that home run, longest home run, 453 feet, hit by a Dodger this year. And in that same inning, I don't know if Shohei knew exactly how long his home run ball went and if he was trying to top that. But a couple of batters later, Shohei Ohtani, he steps up to the plate against Gomber, and he absolutely hits a frozen rope piss missile out, 115.9 miles per hour off the bat into that Rockies bullpen. Just an absolute smoke show from Shohei Ohtani. And that's what he does, right? I mean, he's a guy that, hey, sure, there might be some friendly competition. There might be another guy that hit a home run. I'm not saying he was necessarily competing, but he's a guy that always is trying to help this team. And it seems like you don't go that many days without a Shohei Ohtani home run. And it was cool to see him do that right after he did it. And it was just a big bomb for Shohei Ohtani, just a smoker off the bat. And that puts the Dodgers in a really good spot. After that one, you're feeling like, okay, this team's gonna blow them out, and they certainly did. But let's take a look at this absolute laser beam bomb by Shohei.
Otani rifles a ball to right field. Does it have the carry? It does. If that didn't go over the wall, it would have went through it.
44th home run of the year. He ties Kyle Schwarber for the lead in the National League, and he's going to run away with the MVP. That's your starting pitcher for tomorrow that just hit a dinger, 115.9 miles per hour off the bat. And the Dodgers exploding there in that inning, that put them up in a big spot to where you say to yourself, okay, now just let's not blow this thing. And Emmet Sheehan, I think he did a fine job in this one. I think that he took a step in the right direction. I think he's a guy that you're not going to ask to start games in October, but I think they're going to have a versatile role for him. A short burst guy. He come out after Shohei Ohtani. After he gets the start, you could use him in high leverage situations in a game. And he also continued a very encouraging trend by Dodgers starting pitchers, and he went at least 6 innings. He went 6 innings. That was a season high for him. Gave up a couple of home runs, including one to Dodger great Eric Karros' son, Kyle Karros. It was his first home run of his career. Good to see Kyle Karros hit that bomb. But he also finished with a season-high 7 strikeouts. He finished with a pitch count at 91 that tied last week against the Angels for most pitches thrown in any start this year. So great to see Emmet Sheehan go out there and deal. Had that tight slider, had that fastball working, made a couple of mistakes that led to home runs. The Doyle home run, that was a 4-seam fastball. They kind of leapt up and out over the plate, but still there was a lot to like. The Karros home run, it was a changeup that was center cut and he punished it, but still I like the swing and miss stuff. I liked Emmet Sheehan getting ahead in the count the way he did, and it was impressive. And he's a guy, let's be honest about this. Like, he's a guy, I mean, a 4.17 ERA now after this start. Yes, he's got explosive stuff, and I think, like I said, the key stat to look at for Sheehan, going 20 of 25 on first pitch strikes tonight, also 15 swings and misses. But the big key for him is having explosive stuff, because that is how he's going to find his role for this team in the postseason. They want to look at him as a guy that has stuff that can dominate hitters and play up in the postseason. And what you're looking for is the ability to miss bats. He showed that he can do that tonight. Couple mistakes, but a really, really positive outing for Emmet Sheehan. If you ask me, who would I rather have, Emmet Sheehan or Dustin May? I'd rather have Emmet Sheehan, because of the way that he can control that 4-seam fastball and the way that slider can play up off of it with that nice tight bite to it. I'd rather have Dustin May than Emmet Sheehan a part of this team in the postseason. The home run balls hurt him tonight, and home runs hurt Dustin May in his time with the Dodgers, but still, I think it was a very positive outing for Emmet Sheehan. And here is him moments ago from the Dodgers clubhouse at Coors Field.
And just when you kind of look at today's outing, I know there's probably a few pitches that you would want back, but overall, just kind of how would you assess this one and getting through 6 innings of work?
Yeah, I felt like we executed the game plan a lot better than the last couple, for sure. Kept him off balance most of the time, and then a couple mistakes, yeah, but overall I was pretty happy with it. You
tend to get some more just swing and miss when you're pitching here in Denver. What do you think just kind of leads to that, and how your stuff plays here specifically?
I don't know. I think I've just felt good the last couple of times I've been here. Yeah, just kind of all, the work we've been doing the past few weeks kind of came together this week. Obviously, the line doesn't look like it, but no, I felt good.
Anything specifically you've been kind of working on just between starts, or?
Yeah, just kind of keeping them off balance a little more, being able to do different things with, especially the fastball. But yeah, no, just staying with it.
Is that extra tricky to kind of avoid falling into here, especially with how much the fastball kind of plays compared to other pitches not moving as much?
I don't think so. I think it was pretty much the same game plan it would have been anywhere else, honestly. But yeah, no, it's felt good with it.
When you get that big lead, do you change the way you pitch, just let it go, or do you just try to pretend like it's 0-0?
I mean, I try to pitch the same way at all times, for sure. Try to, get ahead of guys and then get them out. But it's definitely nice to pitch with a lead, and knowing that a 2-run homer isn't going to kill you in a game like this is.
So that was Emmet Sheehan in this one. So really nice to see a good start from him. And then here was Dave Roberts after the game.
Ahead of the game, you said obviously you wanted to see your guys kind of turn the page, have a little bit more intensity today. When you see your group put up 18 hits, 11 runs, is that what you were hoping to see in just how they continuously built innings?
It was great. Really, really pleased with tonight. Just all across. I thought you saw a different ball club tonight. Obviously, the results were different, but I just felt that just watching our guys perform the way they did, from the pitching, the defense, the base running, the at-bat quality. There was some slug in there. There were some base hits. There was some two-strike fighting, and there were some taking walks, like you said, building innings, and we were able to tack on and stay away from some leverage guys. And I thought Emmet, pitched a great game, and I know he'd like to have that Caros change-up back, but outside of that, I thought he threw the ball really well.
Recently, you're talking about Alex Kwan and kind of what you've been seeing from him offensively. Does it seem like something's either unlocked or kind of clicked for him at the plate?
I think so. I just think also there's a little bit more comfort. It was good to see him, fire on the first pitch fastball, hit a homer, get his day started off in the right way. But he just takes good at bats, and found a way to drive in some runs and get on base and almost hit for the cycle. So that was exciting. And just a gritty ball player, plays good defense. And just to, Freddie is really swinging a hot bat. Will got on track tonight. And I thought Teo really got us going early and looked good today. So just across everyone, really, really happy with.
So there's Dave Roberts after the win, and a very different tone after this one. And another interesting plot in this one was the performance from Freddie Freeman and Will Smith. So Will Smith had been in a little bit of an August slump. He really had been. I mean, you're talking about a guy that is the NL leader for batting average, and he's talked about, hey, that'd be cool to win a batting title. And he had sort of slipped this month, but it was a good night for Will Smith, and it really started things off. To start things off in the game, Gomber was one pitch away from really getting out of that inning. You had Freddie Freeman and Teoscar Hernandez. You had singles against Gomber there in the top of the third inning that set up some more runs. Call had that home run, and then Miguel Rojas, Buddy Kennedy, they were able to get base hits. That gave the Dodgers a 5-run lead, and then Rojas got the RBI, first RBI since July 19th, and then even before that, it was really about setting the tone early on, and you really wanted to get out and get the run scoring going early after what happened last night. And like I said, Gomber needed just one strike to have a perfect first inning of work, but it was Will Smith who stepped up. He took 3 straight pitches off the plate, out of the zone. That gave the Dodgers a base runner with 2 outs, and then Freddie Freeman, he went up there and did a Freddie Freeman thing, and that is make a pitcher pay when they're not hitting their spot. He's able to crank an RBI double to left center. Then Teoscar Hernandez, he comes up big. He gets an RBI double, and the Dodgers, they score first early 2-0. So really, I think that was the big statement inning for the Dodgers, that first inning where they were able to score those 2 runs, and Gomber had some confidence, and you take it right away from him by drawing that first walk, and Freeman and Teo getting those doubles. And then we have a little bit of a competition for the batting title on the Dodgers team. Freddie Freeman tonight, another big night for Freddie. He goes 2 for 5, had another double. And then Will Smith, he goes 3 for 4. And now Smith is hitting 308, and Freddie is hitting 302. And one of the things to look for down the stretch is, does Will Smith's offense that has been at an MVP-ish level for most of this season, does that fade a little, or does it pick up a little? Does he maintain that? Because that's been the story of his seasons for the last couple of years. Last year he had 300 for the last 3 months. He had 200 for the last 3 months of the season, and today it was a great sign that he's not fading, that he's still productive, that he's still able to go out there and have big nights, because in the month of August, he was hitting 132 in 12 games heading into this one. Finishes with those 3 hits. This is his first triple hit game. First time he had 3 knocks in a game since June 17th against the Padres. So now he's up to 308 on the year. The batting average for the month goes from 132 to 191. So that certainly is something extremely promising. And Freddie Freeman continues to hit well. And he talked about it after the game. And Freddie did not want to talk about this. By the way, Freddie did not want to talk about a competition between him and Will Smith for the batting title. It is a little early, but here was Freddie talking about this win and a potential competition for the batting crown with his own teammate.
Well, Freddie, the numbers between you and Will Smith have gotten closer and closer when it comes to just the batting title, a little friendly competition. How are you feeling?
Oh, I didn't even think about that, actually. I think that would be later on in the year. It's a little too early for that, but Will getting 3 hits tonight, that was awesome for him.
With just the performance today that you had, kind of bouncing back from yesterday, did it feel a little different going into this one and how you guys wanted to get going early and maintain that throughout the game?
I wish I could give you, that's what, no, we just got on the board early, scored some runs. It's good to tack on runs. When you score runs, you want to keep it going, and as an offense, we did a really good job. First inning through 9th inning, got Emmet some runs early. He pitched really, really well. It was just a good ball game.
I think 6 of those 7 innings against Gomer with 2 outs. Like, what did you sort of see in those at bats to sort of extend those innings and keep pushing runs across?
Yeah, I was just trying to see a strike and hit it. I would assume that's what everyone was just trying to get strikes. He spins the ball a lot. Our game plan was just to go up with him, and we got some pitches up, and we were to hit him.
You go from 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position yesterday to today's performance. How do you hit the reset button to get this?
I think that's the beauty of our game. Every day is a new day. I don't think anybody was thinking about 2 for 11. I don't even know if we knew we were 2 for 11 going into today. So, and I don't think anybody's going to think about how good we did tomorrow. So, every day's a new day. We'll go out there and give it all again tomorrow. It's August.
It's a really big one now.
It's August.
So when does, if there is a batting title competition, final week of this, we don't
even think about that. If you think about individual things, that's not what you're supposed to be doing.
This club, one more real quick. With this club, Doc said yesterday before the game that he wanted to see you guys reset a little bit today because you guys kind of quote-unquote fell asleep after scoring a few early runs yesterday. Wanted to see the intensity back. Is it something that you guys kind of count on with this group that it's going to happen, the reset,
Again, I don't think as a player group in here we were thinking about resetting or anything. We know how good we've been playing baseball the last few days. One day is it going to change it for us, and that's how we came in today. And we put up the runs, and Emmet threw a good ball game. It's starting pitching. If we have starting pitching, we're going to do good, and Emmet did it again today.
Yeah, all great points from Freddie Freeman. I like how he was a little edgy there. Do you guys feel that, or just me? A little edgy. I don't think this team wants to hear that, hey, they need a reset or they're playing bad baseball. I think this team feels like the healthier they get, the more of the team that they become that they were supposed to be, that their record does not reflect how good of a baseball team that they are. And I think that's fair just because this team has not been collectively healthy and firing on all cylinders because so many guys have been missing. Starting pitchers early in the year, now Muncie's been out multiple times. Tommy Edman out multiple times. And I think that this team is gearing up to saying, okay, let's get everyone back. Let's make a run at this thing. And let's have that WDGAF mentality, this kind of us against the world thing, us against the media, us against whoever's doubting us. And I like what's building up. Brought up Emmet Sheehan start. I think, look, Emmet was great. Starting pitching has been great. You're going 6 innings essentially every start right now, and that's what you need from them. And then give Emmet credit, too, weathering the storm and preserving that bullpen. Tonight, Jack Dreyer, Ben Kasparius, and Anthony Banda, they got the final 9 outs, covering the final 3 innings of this one, giving up just 2 hits, 1 from Dreyer, 1 from Kasparius. So they did a really nice job. And he mentioned the clutch hitting. The Dodgers, 7 for 15 with runners in scoring position tonight after going 2 for 11 yesterday. But the big key to the offense tonight and the stat of the game is how the Dodgers did with 2 outs. It was the 2-out RBIs that were the difference in this one. They had 7 2-out RBIs on the night. You had 2 in the first inning, and you had 3 in the third. So that was huge. That was the difference. And that was really what was the mark of last year's team was not only are you clutch, but you're clutch with 2 strikes. You're clutch with 2 outs because – teams that can deliver, teams that can come through in those situations, they're the teams that go deep in the postseason because when there's 2 outs, pressure's higher. When there's 2 strikes, pressure's higher. And when you come through in those situations, you also come through in situations where it's not 2 outs, you're a little more comfortable, and that's when you're getting the double-digit scoring performances, the big blowout type of wins. But those 2-out RBIs were huge. You had Freeman double in the first, Teo in the left, Teo to the left for the double there in the first as well. And then, yeah, the other ones they got were huge as well. I mean, you're able to step up in a big way there in the 3rd inning. And you had Call, you had Rojas, you had Kennedy. So, yeah, it was a good night for the Dodgers. But now let's open up to you guys. What is your biggest takeaway from this one? And I've got something that I want your opinion on. Because I was watching the game. And I noticed what Steven Nelson noticed. And that is that there was a fan that was wearing a split jersey. It was half Shohei Ohtani Angels, half Shohei Ohtani Dodgers. It had the Los Angeles word mark on the front. It had an Angels A logo on the red part and a Dodgers LA logo on the other part. He was wearing a Dodgers hat, so I'm not sure if he's more of a Dodgers fan or an Angels fan. He's, Ohtani fan. But this is not it. I don't like this. And sure, I get it. I understand, right? Maybe you're no Ohtani fan, but then it's like, so what's the Dodgers hat about? It reminds me of that meme with the Bloods and Crips, where they're both holding the blue flag and the red flag together. I mean, is it that, but as a jersey? I'm trying to make sense of this, okay? And it's all fun and games. I mean, do you? I'm not judging, but I personally don't like it. I mean, it kind of gives me SF Gate vibes, or what, that DH Gate, what is it? They make those jerseys? I don't know. It's kind of wild. It kind of pops. My only criticism of the jersey itself is what the Dodgers logo is essentially the front, where it's Los Angeles. So basically the Dodgers gets the full thing. But really, if it was Jers, where the red part was the Angels part and the blue part was the Dodgers part with the Jers, or if it was Ulls, something like that, I think that it would go a little harder. But I need your guys' opinion. I mean, what are your thoughts on this? Are we in or out on this? We've got Don Kim, only parents with 2 sons playing on separate teams are allowed to wear such a type of jersey. Fantastic point. I mean, that is the rule of thumb right there. Parents that wear that. I mean, even Eric Karros, right? If he's wearing his son's jersey for the Rockies, or he's got any gear for him on, and then he's a Dodger fan, that's fine. We know where he's at, right? But still, yeah, you're totally right. I mean, when you got situations like that, the Currys, right? The Currys, the Bosa's mom, Cheryl Bosa, and names like that. How about the Kelsey brothers, right? Travis Kelsey, right? I mean, if you're going to go that route, then I understand. And you got to be at the pro level too. But yeah, I'm not so sure. I mean, Travis, Jason Kelsey, I get it. Curry brothers, get it. Ball brothers, maybe. I don't know, though. It's kind of a flex, really. Let's be honest. That's what it is, Don Kim. It's more of a flex for the parents, saying, whoa, it's most parents' dream to have one kid who's in the pros. I got 2, right? And you can be mad at me, but I'm supporting my kids. So, Mannings. But here we go. Douglas, give that man a bruh. We got Roan says, it's whatever about the jersey, D-Mac. It ain't that serious. Let fans do what makes them happy. Who's being serious here? I'm not that into it. I think it's funny, though. But it's all good. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it's I think it's just fun. It's a funny look. And I'm curious to see who this guy's really a fan of. Like I said, do the Dodgers have the edge because he's wearing a Dodgers hat? I'm hoping that is the case. And you know what? Here's the thing, too. I mean, Don, going back to your point, you can do the split thing for the parents and stuff. But you know what? There are certain players that are the biggest superstars that attract fans of that player. Like Steph Curry has fans that don't really care that he's on the Warriors. They care that he's Steph Curry. And if he went to another team, they go with him. Like Kylian Mbappe going from PSG to Real Madrid. A lot of fans went there. LeBron James, Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland, Lakers. So Shohei Ohtani is big enough where you can be in on that. And if he's just a Shohei Ohtani fan that wants to show support, then by all means. But I will tell you, the fix of all this, though, for him, was just get a Shohei Ohtani Team Japan national jersey or get a Ohtani Fighters jersey from the NPB. But it's all fun and games, guys. It ain't that serious. Here we go. Not a Dodger fan. That guy has matching underwear from George Delirium. He was and is an Angels fan and has converted to a Dodgers fan and is still an Angels fan. I mean, he's got to be like, when October hits and he sees the team that he's following and he's like, what the heck is this? What is October baseball? What is October baseball? I didn't know this was possible. We got VZ says that's the type of jersey you see at the thrift shop. Donna's Rock says that Angels-Dodgers jersey is for posers. We got Angels, no way. He is an Ohtani fan from Dan Moreno. Heard Angels are still selling Ohtani jerseys at the stadium. Is that actually true? That'd be pretty interesting if that was the case. Addy, never will wear anything with the Angels logo on it. I will say something. I don't know about you guys. I actually really used to like that navy, light blue, pinstripe red Angels jerseys. Those Angels jerseys from the late 90s, early 2000s with the wing on it, with the angel wing. Those were kind of cool, honestly. You had that navy. There you go. Perfect point here from Soho You Bean. So how you been? There we go. Seeger Brothers. Adrian Gonzalez. What's up, Adrian? My man. D-Mac. Don't you remember the Angels are from Los Angeles? Exactly, right? We got Hernandez Bros. He got that jersey at Ross. Tommy Lasorda would say that is sacrilegious. We've got let's see here. We've got Rock and D-Mac. Two stats I pay attention to when it comes to the Doyers is RISP and left on base. And yeah, they definitely came through in that department today. We got Showtime. Does it really matter? Absolutely not, but it's fun to talk about. He's an Ohtani Otaku. I'm not surprised. S-Mac from N Snafu. Yeah, Eric Karros would have Dodgers, have Rockies. We got Evan. It's yeah, you guys going hard on Evan for sure. 499 Super Chat. I wore a Dodgers jersey and a Padres hat once, and I got beat up by a Giants fan. Wow, that's a wild experience. That's a wild experience. We got Throw Ohtani from Jeremy Buckley. We got Dan says they have Ohtani jerseys at the Sacramento A's gift shop. Yeah, I mean, look, he's the gift that keeps on giving, and you're going to always want to take advantage of Shohei Ohtani any way you can. But tomorrow, speaking of Shohei Ohtani, he makes his 10th start of the season going up against Tanner Gordon, a 7.98 ERA for Tanner Gordon. So let's not make him look like a Cy Young. Let's not make him look like Mike Hampton. Let's not make him look like a really good pitcher tomorrow. And let's have that Dodgers offense come through. Shohei Ohtani sporting a 3.47 ERA. Let's see how deep he can get into that one. Another 5.40 start, and we'll be joining you right after that. Final thoughts on this one. This was the game the Dodgers needed. A get-right game after letting one get away, after all that momentum you built after sweeping the Padres. Yesterday, it felt like a big letdown. Today, though, you get right back in the win column. You win angry and big, double-digit hits, 18 hits. You get double-digit runs. And it's about getting guys feeling good at the plate for the stretch run of the season. Good starting pitching, bullpen getting the job done. Yes, it's against the Rockies. Okay, the Rockies are terrible. Like, Rockies are a bad team. The Rockies are one of the worst teams in baseball. They're the worst team in the modern era. They're just so awful, and you got to beat bad teams. You got to be, and here I thought the 2024 White Sox were trash. I mean, those White Sox were historically bad, and they're in danger of losing that title, which is pretty wild. I mean, this is a Rockies team that they're bad. They're really, really just awful. So you got to take advantage of that. The Dodgers, they've been dominant against the National League West all year. 23-8 on the year, so continue to dominate tomorrow with Shohei on the mound. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Thanks for rocking with us as always. I'll take a couple walk-off shots from you guys. Abel, Andy Ramble, for once I'd be cheering for that Giants fan. Oh, come on. Some more. We got Where the Tortoise At We've got a good game, that's for sure. We got Otani will go 7 innings tomorrow and hit another home run. I like that take. Would be his 45th of the year. Will Dodgers have more private meetings, DMAC, Nufo? Hey, they have meetings all the time. They have hitters meetings every single day. Beer Sama says Rockies are going to go on a 38-game winning streak. Heard it here first. Well, that would be something. All right, guys, so that's going to do it. See you guys tomorrow. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button for your Los Angeles Dodgers, who are 2 games up on the Padres in the National League West. If you haven't yet, also, too, join all of our social media channels, Instagram, X, and also join that Discord. Lots of fun. I'm chiming in more on that, too. I'm going to make a lot of new Dodgers friends down on that Discord, and we're going to start doing this hat giveaway in there as well. But all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. See you tomorrow, and until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Oh, Mookie Betts with his 15th home run.
This Dodgers team is built to win back-to-back World Series.
One-of-a-kind player. One-of-a-kind season. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone!
There's nothing that brings us together quite like